3/22 on Monday, July 15th, 2024. The 4-year anniversary of this. Back up. Large tornado. Are we gonna see anything like that today? I don't know, probably not. It's that classic summertime day where I'm leaving Urbana and I'm like, it's 100 degrees and the dew point's 85 degrees. It is, it's like mid-90s temperatures, dew points hovering around 80. We've got this just pooling moisture along a warm front and kind of outflow boundary from central Iowa into parts of northern and central Illinois. And kind of the big idea is we're gonna get a big MCS there, maybe a derecho, some high-end winds. But the soundings there, big loopy hodographs. I do think this MCS might be riddled with tornadoes. And there's a non-zero chance we could get some supercellular time out of this. So I kind of just sat around in Urbana, had a busy work day. Obviously had to, alert folks across the area about the severe weather potential later on in the evening. And then it is just kind of like sit around and you wait. Is this worth me driving 2 or 3 hours for? Is it not? And then you get to 3 o'clock and you're like, all right, well, the next couple of weeks are going to be super quiet. There's no storms to chase. There's going to be some big storms to chase 2 to 3 hours to your north. So we're going to go look. I've thrown around a few different targets. One of them is just driving up Interstate 39 towards Rochelle, up to Rockford, just trying to square up the bow echo right at dusk, maybe getting into a little kinky fun zone, but potentially trying to find some kind of embedded circulation, really just trying to find some big winds. And then the other one was maybe going up 47 toward Morris and Aurora, kind of what I did in 2020 for the August 10th derecho. Now, what I had also thought about doing is going up toward Freeport, Illinois, maybe over toward the Quad Cities, trying to hedge a little bit further west with the idea that maybe along the warm front and outflow boundary, you could potentially get a couple of supercells and maybe a visible tornado. So the potential for a visible tornado during the late evening is going to draw me out the door here. Maybe I'm already too late for that. I don't really know. This really just feels like a day where the environment is going to be eye-popping. So go ahead and drift toward the eye-popping environment and just be there for what happens. All right, so it's like 5:30 p.m. We've got a MCS organizing, a couple discrete storms that are growing into a bow echo, starting to surge out of eastern Iowa, generally my direction. But I'm still sitting beneath this Q field in northwest Illinois. I had started racing towards Dixon, Illinois, because there was a little blip on radar, it vanished. So I stopped, and I'm just gonna sit here and let these cumulus clouds simmer above me. Because they've got the look of, similar Q fields that I've driven under and then storms blow up behind me. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but right now there's no reason to rush toward the bow echo. I can let that continue to mature and get even more intense and then surge toward me. Meanwhile, if something develops out ahead of it, that's awesome, because I would be right there. Hot, muggy, and breezy. Again, the Q field does not look imminent, but it's worth sitting here and watching. 6:15, we are in let's just drive toward it mode. The MCS has pretty much zapped that Q field I was looking at. But we've got a bow echo developing with warnings here, considerable destructive warning tags, 80 to 90 mile per hour winds, a couple of tornado warnings in there. I've kind of been just sitting here debating where I want to set up for it, but it's just kind of hanging out 80 miles to my west. So that's where I'm like, let's just drive toward it. I'm on Highway 30. We're gonna drive west towards the Sterling area, Dixon, Walnut, all towns I've put into my GPS. And we're just gonna use Highway 30 to kind of pace it. So We'll use Highway 30 to get in close. Probably use Highway 30 to get away from it if we want. Otherwise, you know, we're up here. I'm ready to look at a storm. Oh, man. It is so moist right now. Getting cameras ready. It is almost go time. Just saw my first big bolt of lightning on the leading edge here. Some raindrops. All right, headed west on 30 into the storm. Top of the shelf cloud starting to appear. Tornado watch just issued. This goes all the way back toward home in Champaign-Urbana. Coming through Albany, south, out of the south side of Albany at 7:30. All kinds of circulations on this thing. Just to my west, coming out of Davenport. Pushing across the border. Just kind of trying to get south into prime position. How's it so many rights? God, every turn is west, closer to the storm. I just want to go south. Holy smokes. Turn right. Whoops. Continue on Lyman Road for 1.5 miles. Central Illinois and the flat grid road network. Nothing like chasing a derecho with embedded tornadoes through frickin' trees and roads that don't follow any rhythm. God, big circulation to my south. In 1/2 mile, turn right. It's always right. A right turn. Just keep turning right. Turn right in a mile. Turn right in 1.5 miles. Turn right. Coming up, turn right in 1 mile. Turn right in 300 feet. Turn right. Turn right onto Spring Hill Road. At some point, there's got to be a left turn, or I'm just going in a circle. Turn right. Face derecho. Continue for 7 miles. out of here on 80. Basically tornado warnings all the way from southern Wisconsin through northern Illinois into western Illinois. They just tornado warned the whole thing. I've been kind of stuck on the north edge. There's this part that's kind of trailing the lead bow that is running into the Chicago Metro. The outflow boundary trails back here, and I've just been stuck in 60 mile an hour winds for half an hour. I am trying to just get east a little bit on Interstate 80 so that I can then get south a little bit on Interstate 39. Just trying to square up some of the strongest winds, just like I didn't really want to do. I went in too early, and now I'm out of position and not easily getting into the most severe winds. But this bow echo's going nuts though. Tornado warnings all over it. All right, so at this point we've driven up to the storm. We've tucked our tail and run away. Somehow I got back out ahead of it on I-88. I'm now picking up, 80. I'm in LaSalle, Peru, taking Interstate 39 south now to try and just get squared up with the really strong winds in the portion of the bow that's south of me right now. I-39 south for 10 miles. So we'll just see how far we can get, which exit we can get to, and what kind of winds we find. But we should have shelf cloud coming at us from the right here soon on I-39. thunderstorm warning for 80-mile-per-hour winds that's got the sirens sounding in Champaign-Urbana now. I am not happy. I did not play this day right at all. I drove 3 hours away, and now, like, the best storm is plowing right into home. I could have just stayed home all day. And my phone is blowing up because the sirens are sounding and everyone's phone's going off in Champaign. So, awesome. I'm over an hour away. Hey. No, not yet. I will tell you if you need to go on the basement with Henry. Okay, that's fine. I'll tell you when you can come up then. Alright, love you. Bye. 932 rounding the south side of Bloomington. Tornado warned portion of the line, also a destructive 80-mile-per-hour wind warning tag portion of the line that is blasting towards Champaign-Urbana. I'm not going to be able to beat it home, but I'm certainly going to try and come in right behind it. I'm going to get thrown on for some live coverage here at some point soon, too. Got a lot going on. And then if you are in your shelter in Champaign-Urbana, it is almost time to start coming up here. We've still got some wind gusts blowing through right now, so while it is kind of settling a bit in the immediate Champaign-Urbana area right now, we still may see some of those severe gusts over the next 10 minutes or so. So don't want to quite give the all clear at this point in Champaign-Urbana. Further to the west, western portions of Champaign County are starting to clear up as far as the damaging wind goes. Again, we have that lingering rain, maybe some thunder that could go on for several hours on the back side of this. But the leading edge of the storms right now is making its way through all of Champaign County. So Champaign-Urbana, we are in this. You make your way all the way over to St. Joseph, down to Sodom and Broadlands. You're starting to get in on the rain and high winds as well. And then, as I mentioned, back toward Mahomet, you're starting to clear up. So Champaign-Urbana, you're in the middle of it. Champaign County, Vermilion County line is where the leading edge is right now. So if you're listening in Danville, Oakwood, all the way up Highway 1 from Rossville down to Georgetown and Ridge Farm, these storms are knocking on your door, so those high winds are probably in your next 30 minutes or so of your future. And then these storms do continue off to the south and to the west as well. We've got severe weather that could be moving into the Tuscola and Arcola areas. That continues down. We've got warnings for the Charleston area as well, all the way over toward Paris, Illinois, as well in Edgar County. So again, widespread warnings for these fast-moving storms that are producing a lot of severe weather. This is my neighborhood, totally dark. Damn, it's the same. Power lines down right by my house. Same place they came down in 2023. emergency. It's 12:30, still Derecho Day. July 16th now. This has been a miserable experience. So in my opinion, I did not play that Derecho right at all. Should have just stayed here. I've got no power at home. There's half a tree on the power lines in our back alley. The exact same tree, the exact same spot, exact same lines as the June 29th, 2023 Derecho that knocked out the power at our place for a day and a half. So I got the text. Well, I saw power flashes in Champaign-Urbana as I was making my way in. And then I get a text from my wife that says we don't have power. And my heart sank because without power, my sump pump doesn't run. My wonderful sump pump that I installed in the winter. And that matters a lot because, you know, when it's dry, that thing fills up slow. When it's been a super stormy spring, when we just had the remnants of Beryl move through and drop 5 inches of rain on Monday last week, Tuesday last week, and now we got this. That sump pump is filling up so fast. I got home and just started taking buckets out, and I was like, this is my nightmare. I can't stop. I'm not making any progress. And, you know, Sophie's like, what's the plan? And I was like, this. I can't stop until the power comes back on. So I was bailing and bailing and bailing, and also doing some outreach, trying to find someone who had a portable generator that I could borrow to plug my sump pump into so that my basement doesn't flood and I can go to sleep. I barely slept last night because there was severe storms coming in from the northwest, and I was all excited because today was going to be a chase day. Didn't sleep enough. Had to work a lot to warn about the Derecho. Galaxy Brain chased it while doing live coverage, then got home and was like, go to sleep? What? No, time to start bailing out the basement. So anyway, never take sleep for granted. I find myself thinking about all the sleep that I did not enjoy when I could have been sleeping last night. And now we just got like training thunderstorms moving through. So much rain, which is fine if my sump pump's running. So I found a savior who let me borrow his portable generator, but he lived in Muhammad, so I had to backtrack 15 miles, 15 minutes. Now we're going back. We'll get it running, driving through torrential rain, lightning. Ah! Frickin' house destroyed by hail in 2021, hit by the Derecho in 23, a bunch of tree damage and no power for a couple of days. Now, you know, this is not supposed to happen to the meteorologist. Spent all day alerting of this. You think I'm gonna go into next storm season without a generator? Enjoy the lightning. I'm sure.
After a long, sleepless night, I realized we were lucky. I spent the entire night babysitting a generator and carrying buckets of water up the stairs and out of the basement, covered in Midwestern summer humidity and sweat. But when I went out for gas to keep the generator going at sunrise, driving through my neighborhood, I saw trees down everywhere, on top of my neighbors' homes and cars. The neighborhood had been hit hard by a swath of destructive winds, which tapered off right before reaching our house. We were without power for the night, but that was it. For others, the cleanup has a long way to go. Huge thank you goes out to our local Urbana Public Works crews and Ameren line workers for getting out there before the rain had stopped or the sun had risen to get things back to normal as quickly as possible.